So, I discovered the meaning of life. Or at least, that's what my eager customers are led to believe. You see, 2 or 3 times a month, I post a listing titled The Meaning of Life to various auction sites. I couple it with a sappy picture of a sunset or rainbow and a description that reads, "All views are subjective. Results may vary." Most people wouldn't bat an eye at such a ridiculous listing, but there are some gullible folks out there that take the bait. When the bidding ends, I usually take home anywhere from $5 to $12. After I've received my money via PayPal, I ship out the item. What is the item, you might ask? Well, I scribble down an inspirational quote or life lesson onto a piece of paper and mail it out in your standard letter-sized envelope. The quotes are usually from famous writers, historical figures, or even the Bible. Some of them include, "If light is in your heart, you will find your way home." Quoted from Rumi. "People will forget what you said. People will forget what you did. But people will never forget how you made them feel." Quoted from Maya Angelou. "It's never too late to be what you might have been." Quoted from George Eliot. And that's it. One stamp, a drop in the mailbox, and my work is done. It's as simple as that. You might call me a scammer, or a con artist, or perhaps even a plagiarist. And in truth, you are correct. I'm taking advantage of the naive people out there who are probably just looking for a sense of purpose in life. Also, I can make a quick buck. But I'd like to think most people know it's fake and purchase it just to see what I'll send them. Besides, I'm a bachelor right out of college. As long as I can make a small dent in my phone bill and eat a packet of ramen each night, well, I'll sleep just fine. As you might imagine, I receive quite a bit of hate mail. I've learned to ignore any angry emails and private messages on the auction sites. As soon as I see that it's from one of my customers, it gets deleted. I do, however, receive the occasional snail mail. It's unavoidable, as my P.O. box is listed on all the envelopes I send out. It'd be pretty easy for me to toss these letters in the trash with most of my junk mail, but I never can. Something about receiving a physical letter from someone, good or bad, compels me to read it. Anyone who takes the time to write one deserves to have their voice heard, even if I don't really care for what they have to say. The more and more letters I receive, the more and more amused I am by them. To paint a better picture, here's a few of my favorite quotes from the fan mail I've received over the years. "You're nothing but a glorified fortune cookie service. You'll rot in hell for all the sins you've committed. Mark my words. You're a real fucking piece of shit. You know that?" It's reached a point where reading these letters has become the highlight of my week. I even tacked up some of the better ones on a corkboard in my bedroom. You might think that's sick and a little messed up, but I think it's hilarious. Not all the letters I receive are bad, though. There's one guy by the name of Big Red, like the gum, I guess. That's all he ever writes above his return address, who mails me constantly. He sends me inspirational quotes in exchange for mine. I assume he's a repeat customer who actually enjoys paying for and receiving cheerful messages in his mailbox every now and again. The first quote Big Red ever sent me was, "The fear of death follows from the fear of life. A man who lives fully is prepared to die at any time." From Mark Twain. Though there was nothing else in the message, this was a great first impression, as Mark Twain is one of my favorite authors. The quote was much appreciated. As such, I hung it up next to the hate mail on my corkboard. Another thing that's great about the quotes from Big Red is that I can re-gift them to my customers. It saves me time from looking for quotes online. It's true I could send out the same quote more than once, but that just isn't my style. I like to think that there's a good chunk of people out there who enjoy the sayings I send them, and who might actually be repeat customers like Big Red. If so, I've got to have a little variety. Some of the things Big Red sends me, however, are not re-gift material. Some quotes he sends are morbid and depressing, and other times he'll send me small packages containing little trinkets that I have no use for. It's a little weird, but I figure the guy is depressed and just needs a friend. Maybe the quotes he bought from me were the only things he had to look forward to each morning. Perhaps the things he sends me are his way of saying thanks. To me, it's validation that what I'm doing isn't completely sleazy. But here's where things get weird. Today, I received another envelope from Big Red. I actually smiled when I pulled it out of my P.O. box. His letters and gifts were just as much, if not more, of a highlight to my week than the endlessly entertaining hate mail. Upon opening the envelope, my smile vanished. Inside was a photograph of me, taken up close through my bedroom window. On the back of the photograph was another one of Big Red's quotes. "You look so alone. Where's the meaning in your life?" If you made it this far, I hope you'll follow me on Twitter at KingSpook Creepy.